Hello, and welcome to English Made Easy. I'm Olivia. It's wonderful to have you here with us today.
And I'm Noah. We're so happy you're joining us. Thank you for choosing to spend your time learning English with us.
If you're learning English and just starting out, don't worry at all. This podcast is made especially for you.
Yes, this podcast is for beginner learners. That means people who are starting to learn English and want to speak and understand it better. We know it can feel difficult sometimes, but that's completely normal. Everyone feels that way when learning a new language.
Well, we know that English can be a little bit challenging, but we are here to help you every step of the way. We speak slowly, we use simple words, and we give you plenty of time to listen and learn.
That's absolutely right. We are here to help you feel more confident with English. You don't need to be perfect. Nobody is perfect when they start learning a new language. Just keep practicing step by step, day by day, and you will improve.
So what do we do in each episode, Noah? Let me tell our listeners about our format today.
Well, first we will listen to a short dialogue. That means we hear two people talk in a simple conversation, like making plans with friends or inviting someone to do something. These are everyday situations that you might find yourself in when you're socializing.
Then we stop and explain the words and phrases. This means we tell you what the words mean and how to use them. We give you examples too. We want to make sure you really understand each phrase and can use it yourself.
And sometimes we tell you short stories from our own lives. That makes it easier to remember the new words and phrases. When you hear real examples from real situations, the language becomes more meaningful to you.
And if you don't understand everything the first time, that's completely okay. You can pause, listen again, or come back later. Learning a language takes time, and it's important to be patient with yourself. We all learn at different speeds.
Yes, don't feel stressed. Just relax and enjoy learning with us. That's the best way to improve. When you're relaxed and enjoying yourself, your brain learns better and faster.
Now, today's topic is very important. We're going to talk about making plans and socializing. These are phrases you'll use all the time when you want to spend time with friends, family, or colleagues.
That's right. Socializing is a big part of life. We all need friends and social connections, and to build those connections, we need to know how to make plans, how to invite people, how to accept or decline invitations. These are essential skills in any language.
Now, are you ready? First, we listen to the dialogue. Then we'll talk about the phrases and learn together. We'll go slowly and carefully, and we'll make sure you understand everything.
You're already doing great just by being here and learning. Let's begin.
Hi, David. How are you doing?
Hi, Sophie. I'm good, thanks. How about you?
I'm great, thanks. Listen, I was wondering, are you free this Saturday?
Saturday, let me think. I think so. I don't have any plans yet. Why? What's up?
Well, I'm having a small party at my house. Just a few friends, nothing fancy. Would you like to come?
Oh, that sounds fun. What time does it start?
It starts at 7 p.m. We'll have some food, some drinks, and just hang out and chat. You can bring someone if you want.
That's really nice of you to invite me. Yes, I'd love to come. Should I bring anything?
Oh, you don't have to bring anything, but if you want, you could bring some snacks or drinks, whatever you like. It's totally up to you.
Okay, I'll bring some wine and maybe some chips. By the way, who else is coming?
Let's see. I've invited Anna, Tom, Lisa, and a few people from work. You know most of them, I think.
Oh yeah, I know Anna and Tom. I haven't met Lisa yet, though.
She's really nice. I'm sure you'll like her. So I'll send you my address later today. Do you know how to get to my place?
Not really. Is it far from the city center?
No, it's pretty close. It's about a 15-minute drive, or you can take the number 23 bus. It stops right near my house.
Okay, great. Just send me the address and I'll figure it out. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. Oh, and one more thing. If your plans change and you can't make it, just let me know, okay? No pressure.
Sure, no problem. But I'm pretty sure I can come. It sounds like it'll be a great evening.
Awesome. See you on Saturday then.
See you then. Thanks for the invitation.
Hey, Liam, do you have a minute?
Sure, Emma. What's going on?
Well, I wanted to ask you something. Would you like to go to the cinema with me this Friday? There's a new movie I really want to see.
This Friday? Oh, I'm sorry. I can't. I already have plans. I'm meeting my cousin for dinner.
Oh, that's okay. What about Saturday afternoon then?
Saturday afternoon. Let me check my schedule. Actually, I'm free on Saturday afternoon. What time are you thinking?
How about 3 p.m.? The movie starts at 3:30, so we could meet at the cinema at 3.
That works for me. Which cinema were you thinking of?
The Odeon on High Street. Have you been there before?
Yeah, I know it. It's the big one near the shopping center, right?
Exactly. So, shall we meet outside the cinema at 3 p.m.?
Perfect. What's the movie called? Just so I know what we're watching.
It's called The Last Journey. It's an adventure film with great reviews. I heard it's really exciting.
Sounds good. I like adventure movies. Okay, so Saturday at 3 p.m. at the Odeon. I'll be there.
Great. I'm excited. Maybe we could grab a coffee after the movie if you have time?
Sure, that sounds nice. There's a good cafe right next to the cinema. We could go there.
Perfect. Okay, see you on Saturday then.
See you Saturday. Looking forward to it.
All right, let's start with one of the most important phrases for making plans. The phrase is, are you free?
Yes, this is probably the first thing you say when you want to make plans with someone. When you ask, are you free? You're asking if the person has time, if they have no other plans, if they're available.
Exactly. You can ask, are you free today? Are you free this weekend? Are you free on Friday evening? Are you free tomorrow afternoon?
Let me give you some examples from my life. Last week, I wanted to meet my friend for coffee, so I sent him a message and I wrote, "Hi, John, are you free on Wednesday morning? I'd love to catch up." And he replied, "Yes, I'm free after 10 a.m."
That's perfect. You see, it's a simple and polite way to start making plans. You're checking if the person is available before you suggest an activity. This is important because you don't want to invite someone when they're already busy.
That's right. Now, let me tell you another example. Yesterday, my sister called me and she said, "Noah, are you free this Sunday? I want to invite you for lunch." I checked my calendar and I said, "Yes, I'm free. What time?" And we made our plans from there.
Good example. Now, people can answer this question in different ways. If you're free, you can say, yes, I'm free, or yes, I'm available, or yes, I don't have any plans. All of these mean the same thing.
And if you're not free, if you're busy, you can say, "No, I'm sorry, I'm not free." Or, "Sorry, I'm busy." Or, "I already have plans." These are all polite ways to say you can't meet.
Exactly. Now, let me tell you about my experience. I have a very good friend named Sarah. We like to have lunch together every few weeks. Usually, she messages me and asks, Olivia, are you free for lunch next week? And I look at my schedule and I tell her which days I'm free. Then we choose a day that works for both of us.
That's how most people make plans. It's a back and forth conversation. You check if someone is free, they tell you when they're available, and then you agree on a time that suits everyone.
Exactly. Now, there are some variations of this phrase. You can also say, do you have time? Or are you available? These mean the same thing as are you free?
That's right. For example, you could say, "Do you have time to meet this week?" Or, "Are you available on Thursday?" They're all asking the same question in slightly different ways.
Good point. Now, let me tell you something important about timing. When you ask someone if they're free, it's good to be specific about the time. Don't just say, are you free? Say, are you free on Saturday afternoon? Or are you free next Tuesday evening? Being specific makes it easier for the person to answer.
Absolutely. I remember once a colleague asked me, "Are you free next week?" And I didn't know how to answer because next week is very general. Which day, which time, morning or evening? So I had to ask him to be more specific.
Exactly. So always try to include the day and the time if possible. Are you free on Monday morning? Are you free this Friday evening? Are you free tomorrow at 2 p.m.? This makes the conversation much easier.
Now, let's talk about how to use this phrase in different situations.
You can use it with friends, with family, with colleagues. It's appropriate for all relationships. It's polite and neutral.
That's true. I use this phrase with everyone. I ask my friends, "Are you free for coffee?" I ask my mom, "Are you free on Sunday?" I ask my coworkers, "Are you free for a quick meeting?" It works in all situations.
And you can use it for all kinds of activities, meeting for coffee, going to the cinema, having dinner, playing sports, going shopping. Whatever the activity is, you start by asking if the person is free.
Exactly. Now, let me give you a full conversation example. Imagine I want to invite my friend to go shopping. I would say, "Hi, Jessica. Are you free on Saturday afternoon? I want to go shopping for some new clothes. Would you like to come with me?" And she might say, "Saturday afternoon, let me check. Yes, I'm free after 2 p.m. That sounds fun."
Perfect example. You see how the conversation flows naturally? First, you check if they're free, then you explain what you want to do, and then you agree on a time that suits everyone.
Right. Now, one more important thing. When someone asks you if you're free and you're not sure, it's okay to say, "Let me check my calendar," or "I need to check my schedule." Don't feel pressure to answer immediately.
Good advice. I always check my phone calendar before I commit to plans. I might say, hold on, let me check if I'm free that day. And then I look at my calendar and give a definite answer. This prevents me from making plans and then realizing I'm already busy.
Very sensible. Okay, let's practice this phrase together now.
Are you free this weekend?
Are you free tomorrow evening?
Are you free on Friday afternoon?
I'm free on Saturday. How about you?
Sorry, I'm not free that day. I'm busy.
Excellent. You're doing really well.
Now let's learn one of the most important phrases for making invitations. The phrase is, would you like to?
Yes, this is how we politely invite someone to do something. Would you like to is followed by a verb. Would you like to have dinner? Would you like to go to the cinema? Would you like to come to my party?
Exactly. This phrase is very polite and friendly. It's perfect for invitations. It's much more polite than saying, do you want to? Although that's also okay with friends.
Let me explain the difference. "Do you want to go to the cinema?" is casual and direct. It's fine with close friends. But "would you like to go to the cinema?" is more polite and formal. You can use it with anyone, friends, colleagues, people you don't know well.
Good explanation. I use would you like to in many situations. At work, I might say to a colleague, would you like to have lunch together? With friends, I might say, would you like to come over for dinner on Saturday? With my neighbor, I might say, would you like to borrow my ladder?
Those are great examples. Now, let me tell you about how I use this phrase. Last month, I wanted to invite my new neighbor for coffee. I didn't know her very well yet, so I wanted to be polite. I knocked on her door and said, "Hi, I'm Olivia from next door. Would you like to come over for coffee sometime?" She said yes, and now we're friends.
That's lovely. You see, using would you like to made the invitation sound friendly and not pushy. It gave her the option to say yes or no without feeling pressure.
Exactly. Now, when someone invites you with "would you like to," how do you respond? If you want to accept, you can say, "Yes, I'd love to," or "Yes, that sounds great," or "Yes, I'd like that very much."
Those are all good responses. The most common one is yes, I'd love to. This shows you're enthusiastic and happy about the invitation. For example, if someone says, would you like to join us for dinner? You say, yes, I'd love to. Thank you for inviting me.
Perfect. Now, if you can't accept the invitation, if you need to decline, you should be polite. You can say, "I'd love to, but I can't," or "That sounds nice, but I'm not free," or "Thank you for asking, but I have other plans."
Good examples. The key is to show appreciation for the invitation even if you can't accept. You don't want to hurt the person's feelings. I remember once a friend invited me to his birthday party. He said, would you like to come to my party on Saturday? But I already had plans, so I said, I'd really love to, but I can't make it on Saturday. I already have plans. But thank you so much for inviting me. I hope you have a great party.
That's a perfect response. You showed you appreciated the invitation, you explained why you can't come, and you wished him well. That's exactly how to politely decline.
Now, let's talk about what comes after would you like to. You can use this phrase with many different verbs. Would you like to have coffee? Would you like to go shopping? Would you like to watch a movie?
Would you like to play tennis? Would you like to visit the museum?
Exactly. The structure is always would you like to plus a verb. Let me give you more examples. Would you like to meet for lunch? Would you like to come to my house? Would you like to try this new restaurant? Would you like to join us? All of these are invitations.
And you can make the invitation more specific by adding time and place information. Instead of just, would you like to have dinner, you can say, would you like to have dinner with me on Friday at 7 p.m.?
Good point. The more specific you are, the easier it is for the person to answer. Let me give you an example from my life. Last week, I wanted to invite a colleague to lunch. I said, Sarah, would you like to have lunch with me on Thursday? I know a great Italian restaurant near the office. We could go at 1 p.m. She immediately said yes because I gave her all the information she needed.
That's perfect. You told her what activity, when, where, and what time. She could make a quick decision because she had all the details.
Exactly. Now, you can also use would you like to for spontaneous invitations, things happening right now. For example, if I'm about to make tea, I might say to my husband, I'm making tea. Would you like some? Or if I'm going to the shop, I might say, I'm going to the shop. Would you like to come with me?
Yes, it works for both planned invitations and spontaneous ones. Yesterday, I was watching a football match on TV, and my son came into the room. I said, hey, would you like to watch with me? And he sat down and we watched together. It was a nice moment.
That's lovely. Now, let me tell you about some variations of this phrase. You can also say, would you like, without the to, when you're offering something. For example, would you like some coffee? Would you like a sandwich? Would you like a ride home?
Good point. Would you like some coffee is offering something. Would you like to have coffee is inviting someone to an activity. They're slightly different, but both use would you like.
Exactly. Now, in very casual situations with close friends, some people shorten this to wanna. For example, wanna go to the cinema or wanna grab lunch, but this is very informal. It's fine with friends, but don't use it in professional situations.
That's right. Wanna is slang for want to. It's very casual. I use it with my close friends all the time. I might text a friend and say, wanna hang out tonight? But I would never say that to my boss or a colleague I don't know well.
Good distinction. So for learners, I recommend sticking with would you like to because it's always appropriate and polite. Once you're very comfortable with English and you have close friends, you can start using more casual versions.
Absolutely. Now, let me give you some full conversation examples using this phrase. Imagine I want to invite a friend to play tennis. I would say, hey Mark, would you like to play tennis with me on Sunday morning? The weather is supposed to be nice. And he might say, that sounds great. What time? And I'd say, how about 10 a.m.? And he'd say, perfect, see you then.
Excellent example. You see how natural the conversation flows? Now let me give another example. Imagine I want to invite my coworker to a work event. I might say, hi Tom, we're organizing a team dinner next Friday. Would you like to join us? And he might say, I'd love to. Where is it? And I'd give him the details.
Perfect. You're using the phrase in a professional context there, and it sounds very appropriate and polite.
Exactly. Now, one more thing. When you invite someone, it's nice to give them a reason or some context. Don't just say, would you like to come to my house? Say, I'm having some friends over for dinner. Would you like to come? This helps the person understand what kind of event it is.
Very good advice. Context is important. It helps people know what to expect, what to wear, whether it's formal or casual, whether they should bring something. All of that information is helpful.
Absolutely. Okay, let's practice this phrase now.
Would you like to have coffee with me?
Would you like to come to my party?
Would you like to go to the cinema this weekend?
Yes, I'd love to. That sounds great.
I'd love to, but I can't. I'm busy that day.
Wonderful. You're learning so well. Now, let's talk about the important questions we ask when making plans. The 3 key questions are what time, when, and where.
Yes, these questions are essential. After someone accepts your invitation, you need to agree on the details. You need to know when and where to meet. These questions help you organize the specific details of your plans.
Exactly. Let's start with what time. This question asks for the specific hour. What time does the movie start? What time should we meet? What time is the party?
This is probably the most important question when making plans. I use it all the time.
When I'm making plans with friends after we agree to meet, I always ask what time. For example, if my friend says, let's meet for lunch on Saturday, I immediately ask, great, what time?
That's exactly right. You can't make proper plans without knowing the time. Let me give you an example. Last week, my friend invited me to her house for dinner. She said, "Would you like to come for dinner on Friday?" I said, "Yes, I'd love to." And then I asked, "What time should I come?" She said, 7 p.m., and then I knew exactly when to arrive.
Perfect example. Now, when you answer what time, you should be specific. Don't say evening or afternoon. Say 7 p.m. or 3:30 p.m. or 10 in the morning. Specific times help everyone be on time.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about when. This is a bit broader than what time. When you ask when, you're usually asking about the day or date, not the hour. When is your birthday? When are you free? When should we meet?
Right. When can be answered with a day, a date, or a time period. You might say Monday, or next week, or in July, or tomorrow evening. It's more general than what time.
Exactly. Let me give you an example. My brother lives in another city, and we try to visit each other regularly. Last month, he called me and said, "I want to come visit you. When is good for you?" I said, "How about the last weekend of the month? I'm free then." So when was answered with the last weekend of the month, not a specific time.
Good example. Now, sometimes when and what time are used together in a conversation. First, you agree on the day with when, then you get specific with what time. For example, when should we meet? How about Tuesday? Okay, Tuesday, what time? 2 p.m.? Perfect.
That's exactly how most planning conversations go. You start general and get more specific. First the day, then the time, then the place.
Speaking of place, let's talk about where. This question asks about the location. Where should we meet? Where is the restaurant? Where do you live?
Yes, where is crucial. You can't meet someone if you don't know where to go. I always make sure to ask where when making plans. Even if I think I know where we're meeting, I like to confirm.
That's smart. I once had a funny situation. I made plans to meet a friend for coffee. We agreed on the time, but we forgot to confirm where. I went to my favorite cafe, and he went to a different cafe. We were both waiting for each other in different places. Since then, I always ask where exactly should we meet.
Oh no, that's why the where question is so important. Now, when answering where, try to be specific. Don't just say at a restaurant, say at Mario's restaurant on High Street, or give the full address.
Exactly. The more specific you are, the easier it is for people to find the place. Nowadays, people often send location pins or addresses through their phones. That's very helpful.
Yes, technology has made this easier, but you still need to communicate clearly. Let me give you a full example of using all three questions. Imagine I want to make plans with a friend. The conversation might go like this. Me, would you like to have lunch next week? Friend, sure, when? Me, how about Thursday? Friend, Thursday works for me. What time? Me, is 12:30 okay? Friend, perfect. Where should we meet? Me, there's a nice cafe called the Garden Cafe on Park Street. Do you know it? Friend, yes, I know it. See you Thursday at 12:30 at the Garden Cafe.
That's a perfect example of a complete planning conversation. You used when, what time, and where to organize all the details. Both people know exactly what's happening.
Exactly. Now, let me teach you some variations of these questions. Instead of what time, you can also say, what time shall we meet? Or what time should we get there? Or what time does it start?
Good point. And instead of when, you can say what day or which day is good for you. These are all asking similar things.
And instead of where, you can say, where shall we meet? Or what's the address? Or which place were you thinking of?
These variations make your English sound more natural and fluent, but they all serve the same purpose, getting the specific information you need to make plans.
Now, here's something important. When someone gives you information about time and place, it's polite to repeat it back to confirm. This makes sure you both understand correctly.
Absolutely. I always do this. If someone says, let's meet at the coffee house at 3 p.m. on Saturday, I say, okay, so Saturday at 3 p.m. at the coffee house. Got it. This confirms I heard correctly and prevents misunderstandings.
That's excellent advice. Repetition helps avoid mistakes, and if you're not sure about something, always ask for clarification. It's better to ask than to go to the wrong place or arrive at the wrong time.
Definitely. If someone tells me a place I don't know, I ask questions. Is that near the train station? Is there parking there? Should I take the bus or drive? These questions help me understand how to get there.
Very practical advice. Now let's talk about what to do if the time or place doesn't work for you. You can suggest an alternative. For example, if someone says, let's meet at 9 a.m., but that's too early for you, you can say, 9 a.m. is a bit early for me. How about 10 a.m. instead?
Yes, it's okay to negotiate. Making plans is a discussion. Both people need to agree. I remember once a friend suggested meeting at a restaurant very far from my house. I said, that restaurant is a bit far for me. Is there somewhere closer we could go? And we found a place that was convenient for both of us.
Perfect. That's how it should work. Be honest about what works for you, but also be flexible and willing to compromise.
Now, let me give you some useful follow-up questions you might need. How long does it take to get there? Is it easy to find? Should I bring anything? What's the dress code? These questions help you prepare properly.
Those are all great questions. I especially like asking what's the dress code for parties or events. I want to know if it's casual, formal, or something in between. I don't want to be overdressed or underdressed.
That's smart. It's always good to ask if you're not sure. People appreciate it when you ask questions because it shows you care about the plans.
Absolutely. Okay, let's practice these questions now.
What time should we meet?
When are you free this week?
Where should we go for dinner?
Let's meet at 6 p.m. on Friday at the Italian restaurant. Does that work?
Perfect. See you then.
Great job. You're doing wonderfully.
Now, let's learn two very useful phrases for staying connected with people. The phrases are, let me know, and keep in touch.
Yes, these phrases are important for maintaining communication with friends, family, and colleagues. Let's start with let me know.
Let me know means tell me or inform me. It's a friendly way to ask someone to give you information. You can use it in many situations when making plans or staying in contact.
Exactly. When you make plans with someone, you might say, let me know if you can come, or let me know when you arrive, or let me know if you need anything.
Good examples. I use this phrase all the time. Just yesterday, I sent a message to a friend and said, I'm thinking of organizing a barbecue next weekend. Let me know if you're interested. It's a casual, friendly way to ask for a response.
Perfect. Now, you can use let me know with many different things. Let me know your decision. Let me know the time. Let me know how it goes. Let me know if your plans change.
That last one is especially important when making plans. When I make plans with someone, I usually say, let me know if your plans change. This means tell me if you can't come anymore. It gives the person permission to cancel or change the plans without feeling bad.
That's a really important point, Noah. Life is unpredictable. Sometimes things come up and you can't keep your plans. By saying, let me know if anything comes up or let me know if you can't make it, you're being understanding and flexible.
Exactly. It reduces pressure and makes people feel more comfortable. I remember once I invited a colleague to an event and I said, I hope you can come, but if something comes up, just let me know. No problem at all. And she really appreciated that. She said it made her feel less stressed about committing.
That's lovely. It's about being considerate of other people's situations. Now, let me know can be used at different times in a conversation. At the beginning, you might say, let me know if you're free. In the middle, let me know what time works for you. At the end, let me know when you get home safely.
Great examples. And you can make it more specific by adding when or where or what. For example, let me know when you decide, or let me know where you want to meet, or let me know what you think.
Exactly. Now, people often use this phrase when ending a conversation about plans. I might say, okay, think about it and let me know. This means take your time to decide and then tell me your answer.
Yes, it's a polite way to end a planning conversation without pressure. You're giving the person time to think and decide.
Now, let's talk about keep in touch. This phrase means to maintain communication with someone, to stay connected, to continue contacting each other.
Right. Keep in touch is what you say when you want to continue your relationship with someone. You might say this when saying goodbye to an old friend, when a colleague is leaving your company, or when you meet someone new and want to stay connected.
Exactly. I use this phrase often. When I meet interesting people at events or conferences, I give them my contact information and say, it was nice meeting you. Let's keep in touch. This means let's stay connected and contact each other in the future.
Good example. And you can also say stay in touch or we should stay in touch. They all mean the same thing. Last month, a colleague left our company to work somewhere else. On her last day, everyone said stay in touch and don't be a stranger. These are friendly ways to say we want to continue the friendship.
That's nice. Don't be a stranger is another common phrase that means the same as keep in touch. It's a warm, friendly way to encourage someone to contact you.
Exactly. Now, sometimes people say keep in touch, but they don't actually do it. It's just a polite thing to say. But if you really want to keep in touch with someone, you need to make an effort. You need to send messages, make phone calls, arrange to meet.
That's very true, Noah. Keep in touch is an intention, but you have to act on it. I have some friends from university, and we made a commitment to keep in touch. We created a group chat, and we message each other regularly. We also try to meet for dinner every few months. That's how you really keep in touch.
Perfect example. It takes effort from both people. I have an old friend who moved to another country. We promised to keep in touch, and we do. We video call once a month, and we always remember each other's birthdays. Even though he's far away, we've kept in touch for years.
That's wonderful. Distance doesn't have to end a friendship if you make the effort to keep in touch. Now, you can use keep in touch in different tenses. We kept in touch after university. I want to keep in touch with you. Have you kept in touch with your old colleagues?
Good examples. And you can specify how you keep in touch. Let's keep in touch by email, or let's keep in touch on social media, or I'll keep in touch by phone.
Exactly. In today's world, there are so many ways to keep in touch. Social media, messaging apps, video calls, emails, phone calls. It's easier than ever to stay connected with people.
That's true. I keep in touch with different people in different ways. With some friends, I message on WhatsApp. With others, I follow them on Instagram. With family, I call regularly. Everyone has their preferred way to communicate.
Good point. Now, let me give you some full examples using both let me know and keep in touch. Imagine you're saying goodbye to a friend who's moving away. You might say, I'm really going to miss you. Let's keep in touch, okay? Let me know when you get settled in your new place, and let me know if you ever visit this city. We'll meet up for sure.
That's perfect. You're using both phrases naturally in a real situation. You're expressing your intention to stay connected, and you're asking them to inform you about their news.
Exactly. Or imagine you're at a party and you meet someone interesting. At the end of the evening, you might say, it was really nice talking to you. Here's my number. Let's keep in touch and let me know if you'd like to meet for coffee sometime.
Great example. You're being friendly and open to building a new friendship. Now, let me give you one more example. Imagine you're organizing an event and you've invited several people. You might send a message saying, Hi everyone, I'm organizing a picnic next Sunday in Central Park. Let me know if you can come. We'll keep in touch about the details as it gets closer.
Perfect. You're using let me know to get responses and keep in touch to promise continued communication, both phrases working together.
Now, here's an important cultural note. In some cultures, people say keep in touch, and it's just a polite expression. They don't really expect to stay in contact. But in English-speaking cultures, if someone says let's keep in touch and gives you their contact information, they usually mean it. They expect you to actually contact them.
That's a good point. If someone says keep in touch to you, it's nice to follow up. Send them a message a few days later saying, Hi, it was nice meeting you. Hope you're well. This shows you're serious about staying connected.
Exactly. And if someone says let me know, make sure you actually let them know. If they ask you to tell you your decision, don't forget to respond. It's polite to follow through.
Very important advice. Communication is about being reliable and considerate. Okay, let's practice these phrases now.
Let me know if you can come to the party.
I'd love to keep in touch with you.
Let me know when you arrive.
Let's stay in touch. Here's my email.
Please let me know if your plans change.
Excellent. You're doing so well.
Now let's learn a phrase that expresses excitement about future plans. The phrase is, I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, this is a wonderful phrase. When you say, I'm looking forward to it, you're saying you're excited about something that will happen in the future. You're anticipating it happily.
Exactly. This is a phrase you use after making plans with someone. It shows enthusiasm and makes the other person feel good. For example, if someone invites you to dinner and you accept, you might say, "Thank you for inviting me. I'm looking forward to it."
Perfect. I use this phrase all the time when I'm excited about plans. Just last week, my friend invited me to a concert. I said, "That sounds amazing. I'm really looking forward to it." It shows my friend that I'm enthusiastic and happy about going.
Good example. Now, there are some variations of this phrase. You can say, "I'm looking forward to it," or "I'm looking forward to seeing you," or "I'm looking forward to the party." The structure is, "I'm looking forward to" plus a noun or gerund.
That's an important grammar point. After looking forward to, we use a noun or gerund, which is a verb with ing. For example, I'm looking forward to the weekend, or I'm looking forward to meeting you, or I'm looking forward to trying that restaurant.
Exactly. This is a common mistake for learners. They might say, "I'm looking forward to meet you," but that's incorrect. It should be, "I'm looking forward to meeting you." The to is a preposition here, not part of an infinitive.
Good explanation. Let me give you more examples. I'm looking forward to my vacation. I'm looking forward to seeing the movie. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. All of these follow the correct pattern.
Perfect. Now, you can make this phrase more emphatic by adding really or very much. "I'm really looking forward to it," or "I'm looking forward to it very much." This shows even more enthusiasm.
Yes, and I noticed that people use this phrase a lot in professional contexts too, not just personal ones. In business emails, people often write, "I'm looking forward to our meeting," or "looking forward to hearing from you soon."
That's true. In professional communication, you can even drop the "I am" and just write "looking forward to your reply" or "looking forward to working with you." It's slightly less formal, but still polite and common.
Good point. Now, let me tell you about when to use this phrase. You use it when you've made plans and you want to express your positive feelings about those plans. Imagine you've agreed to meet a friend for lunch on Friday. At the end of your planning conversation, you might say, "Great, see you on Friday. I'm looking forward to it."
Perfect timing for the phrase. You're confirming the plans and expressing enthusiasm at the same time. I do the same thing. When I make plans with people, I always end the conversation with something positive, like, "I'm looking forward to seeing you," or "I can't wait."
I can't wait is another phrase that expresses the same feeling. It's more casual and enthusiastic. I can't wait for the party. I can't wait to see you. It means you're so excited that you wish the event was happening now.
Exactly. Both phrases show positive anticipation, but "I can't wait" is more casual and excited, while "I'm looking forward to" is more polite and can be used in any situation.
Good distinction. Now, you can also use looking forward to talk about things you're generally excited about, not just specific plans. In December, people might say, "I'm looking forward to Christmas," or "I'm looking forward to the holidays."
Yes, or "I'm looking forward to summer," or "I'm looking forward to retirement." It works for any future event or time period that you're excited about.
Exactly. Let me share a personal example. I'm currently learning to play the piano. It's difficult, but I'm enjoying it. When people ask me about it, I say, "It's challenging, but I'm looking forward to being able to play my favorite songs." This shows my optimism and excitement about the future.
That's a great example. You're using the phrase to express hope and anticipation about a future achievement. Now, there's also a past version of this phrase. You can say, I was looking forward to it. This means you were excited about something in the past.
Right. You might use this when explaining disappointment. For example, I was really looking forward to the concert, but it was canceled. Or I was looking forward to seeing you, but I got sick and couldn't come.
Good examples. The past tense is often used when something you were excited about didn't happen or didn't meet your expectations. But usually we use the present continuous, I'm looking forward to, for future plans.
Now, let me give you a full conversation using this phrase naturally. Imagine I'm inviting a colleague to an event. Me. We're having a team dinner next Friday. Would you like to come? Colleague. Yes, that sounds great. Me. Wonderful. It's at Mario's restaurant at 7 p.m. Colleague. Perfect. I'm looking forward to it. Me. Me too. See you then.
That's a perfect natural use of the phrase. It ends the conversation on a positive note and confirms that both people are happy about the plans.
Exactly. Now here's a tip. When someone says, I'm looking forward to it, to you, it's nice to respond. You can say, me too, or so am I, or it'll be great. This creates a positive, reciprocal feeling.
Good advice. I always respond when someone says this to me. If a friend says, I'm looking forward to seeing you, I'll say, me too, it's been too long. This strengthens the friendship and builds excitement for the meeting.
Perfect. Now, one more thing. Sometimes people ask, what are you looking forward to? This is a question about what excites you. You might answer, I'm looking forward to the weekend, or I'm looking forward to my holiday next month.
Yes, it's a nice conversation starter. At work, colleagues sometimes ask each other, what are you looking forward to this week? Or what are you looking forward to this weekend? It's a positive way to connect with people.
I like that question. It focuses on positive things rather than complaints. When people ask me this, I usually have an answer ready. I'm looking forward to playing football on Saturday, or I'm looking forward to my daughter's school play on Friday. It's a nice way to share what's important to you.
Absolutely. It creates positive conversations and helps people get to know each other better. Okay, let's practice this phrase now.
I'm looking forward to the party on Saturday.
I'm really looking forward to meeting you.
Looking forward to seeing you soon.
I can't wait for our trip. I'm so looking forward to it.
Me too. It's going to be great.
Wonderful. You're doing fantastic.
Now, let's learn two very casual, friendly phrases that native speakers use all the time. The phrases are hang out and catch up.
Yes, these are informal phrases, perfect for talking with friends and people you're close to. Let's start with hang out.
Hang out means to spend time with someone in a relaxed, casual way. You're not doing anything specific, you're just enjoying each other's company. You might hang out at someone's house, at a park, at a cafe. The activity isn't important. Being together is what matters.
Exactly. When I was younger, I used to hang out with my friends all the time. We'd go to someone's house, listen to music, talk, maybe watch TV. We weren't doing anything special. We were just hanging out, spending time together.
That's perfect. Hang out is very casual and relaxed. I hang out with my friends on weekends. Sometimes we go to a bar, sometimes we just sit in someone's garden and talk. There's no plan, no structure. We're just hanging out.
Right. Now, you can use hang out to make invitations. Do you want to hang out this weekend? Or let's hang out sometime. It's a casual way to suggest spending time together without committing to a specific activity.
Exactly. I use this phrase with my close friends. I might text someone and say, hey, are you free tonight? Want to hang out? It's relaxed and informal. I wouldn't use this phrase with my boss or someone I don't know well.
Good point. Hang out is for friends, family, people you're comfortable with. For professional relationships or people you don't know well, use more formal language like, would you like to meet or should we get together?
Right. Now, hang out can be used in different tenses. I'm hanging out with friends tonight. I hung out with my brother yesterday. I like hanging out with you. It's a versatile phrase.
Good examples. Now let's talk about catch up. This phrase means to talk with someone you haven't seen for a while and share news about your lives. When you catch up with someone, you update each other on what's been happening.
Exactly. I have an old friend from university. We don't see each other very often because we live in different cities. But when we do meet, we always say, it's so good to catch up. This means it's good to talk and hear about your life.
Perfect example. Catch up implies there's a gap of time since you last spoke. I use this phrase when I meet friends I haven't seen for weeks or months. We sit down with coffee and we catch up. We talk about work, relationships, family, what's been happening in our lives.
Yes, it's about exchanging news and information. Now, you can use catch up to make invitations too. We should catch up soon, or let's catch up over coffee. This suggests meeting specifically to talk and share news.
Exactly. Last month, an old colleague contacted me. She wrote, "It's been so long. We should catch up. Are you free for lunch next week?" This is a perfect use of the phrase. She's suggesting we meet to talk and share what's been happening in our lives.
That's perfect. Now, catch up is less formal than let's meet, but more purposeful than hang out. Hang out is just spending time. Catch up specifically means talking and sharing news.
Good distinction. If I haven't seen a friend for a year, I'd say, let's catch up. But if I saw them last week, I'd probably say, let's hang out. The choice depends on how much time has passed and whether you need to update each other.
Exactly. Now you can combine these phrases. You might say, let's hang out this weekend and catch up. I want to hear about your new job. This suggests spending relaxed time together while also talking about what's new.
Perfect. They work well together. Now, let me give you more examples with catch up. I need to catch up with my sister. I haven't talked to her in weeks. We caught up over coffee yesterday. It was nice catching up with you.
Good examples. And here are more with hang out. I'm just hanging out at home tonight. We hung out at the park yesterday. Who are you hanging out with this weekend?
Excellent. Now, both of these phrases are very common in spoken English, but less common in writing. You might use them in text messages or casual emails, but not in formal writing.
That's true. In a formal email to a colleague, I wouldn't write, let's hang out. I'd write, would you like to meet for coffee? Or perhaps we could schedule a meeting. Hang out is too casual for professional contexts.
Right. But in texts with friends, these phrases are perfect. I might text a friend, want to hang out later? Or we should catch up soon, miss you. Very casual and friendly.
Exactly. Now, there's another phrase related to catch up that's useful, catch up on. This means to do something you're behind on. I need to catch up on work, or I'm catching up on emails, or I need to catch up on sleep.
Good point. That's a different meaning. Catch up with a person means to talk and share news. Catch up on something means to complete tasks you're behind on. Both use catch up, but in different ways.
Right. After a holiday, I always say I need to catch up on work because I have lots of emails and tasks waiting for me. But when I see a friend, I say, let's catch up, meaning let's talk.
Perfect distinction. Now, let me give you a full conversation example using both phrases. Imagine two friends texting, "Hey, how are you? It's been ages." Friend B, "I know, we should catch up soon." Friend A, "Definitely. Are you free this weekend?" Friend B, "Yes. Want to hang out on Saturday?" Friend A, "Perfect. Let's meet at 2 p.m. at our usual cafe." Friend B, "Sounds great. Looking forward to catching up."
That's a perfect natural conversation. You used both catch up and hang out appropriately. The friends are making casual plans to spend time together and talk.
Exactly. This is how friends really talk. Now, one more thing about hang out. Sometimes people use hang without out. They just say, let's hang sometime, or wanna hang? It means the same thing, but it's even more casual.
Yes, very informal. My teenage kids say I'm hanging with my friends instead of hanging out with my friends. Young people often drop the out, but for learners, I recommend using the full phrase hang out until you're very comfortable with informal English.
Good advice. Stick with hang out and catch up as you've learned them. These are safe, common phrases that sound natural. Okay, let's practice now.
Let's hang out this weekend.
We should catch up soon. I haven't seen you in ages.
I'm hanging out with my friends tonight.
It was great catching up with you yesterday.
Want to hang out and catch up over coffee?
Fantastic. You're really mastering these phrases.
Okay, and that's the end of today's episode. We've covered so many useful phrases today for making plans and socializing. Let's quickly review what we learned.
We learned, are you free, for checking if someone is available. We learned, would you like to, for making polite invitations. We learned what time, when, and where for organizing the details of our plans.
We also learned let me know for asking people to inform us and keep in touch for maintaining relationships. We learned I'm looking forward to it for expressing excitement about future plans.
And finally, we learned hang out and catch up, two casual phrases for spending time with friends and sharing news. These are all essential phrases for social life in English.
Absolutely. Socializing and making plans is such an important part of life. We all need friends. We all need social connections. And to build those connections in English, you need to know these phrases.
That's so true, Noah. I encourage all of you listening to practice using these phrases in real life. The next time you want to make plans with someone, try using "Are you free?" and "Would you like to?" The next time you see a friend, say, "It's great to catch up."
Exactly. Practice makes perfect. And remember, making mistakes is okay. Native speakers will understand you even if you don't say everything perfectly. The important thing is to try, to communicate, to connect with people.
Well said, Noah. And don't forget, you can listen to this episode as many times as you want. If there's a phrase you didn't understand completely, go back and listen again. Repetition is very important for learning. Listen, repeat, practice, and the phrases will become natural to you.
That's right. And try to use these phrases in different combinations. Don't just memorize them individually. Think about how they work together in real conversations. That's how you'll become fluent.
Excellent advice. Now, before we finish, let me tell you what socializing means to me personally. I believe that friendships and social connections are one of the most important things in life. Having people you can talk to, people you can spend time with, people who understand you, that's what makes life meaningful.
I completely agree, Olivia. Some of my happiest memories are times I've spent with friends and family. Simple things like having dinner together, going for a walk, just sitting and talking. These moments are precious, and to create these moments, you need to know how to make plans, how to invite people, how to stay connected.
Exactly. And for those of you learning English, I want you to know that language is a tool for connection. You're not just learning grammar and vocabulary, you're learning how to build relationships, how to make friends, how to be part of a community. That's the real value of language learning.
Beautiful words, Olivia. To all our listeners, I want to say don't be afraid to reach out to people. Use these phrases to make plans. Invite someone for coffee. Ask a colleague if they're free for lunch. Text an old friend and say, let's catch up. Take the initiative. People appreciate it when you make an effort.
That's wonderful advice. And remember, everyone likes to be invited. Everyone likes to feel included. When you invite someone to hang out or catch up, you're making them feel valued and appreciated. That's a gift you can give to others.
Absolutely. Now, thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We really appreciate you listening and learning with us. Your time is valuable, and we're honored that you chose to spend it with English Made Easy.
We'll be back soon with another episode to help you keep learning. We have so many more topics to cover, so many more phrases to teach you. Until then, keep smiling, keep listening, and keep practicing.
Remember, every little bit of practice helps. Even if you only learn one new phrase today, that's progress. Be patient with yourself and enjoy the journey of learning. You're doing amazing work.
If you enjoyed this episode, please tell your friends who are learning English. Share it with anyone who might find it helpful. The more people we can help, the happier we are. And if you have any questions or suggestions for future episodes, we'd love to hear from you.
Yes, your feedback is so valuable to us. It helps us create content that's useful and relevant to you. So please let us know what topics you'd like to learn about. What situations do you find difficult? What phrases confuse you? We want to help with exactly what you need.
Thanks again for learning with us. We hope you have wonderful conversations and make great plans with your English-speaking friends. We believe in you, and we're proud of your dedication to learning.
Keep up the great work. You're doing brilliantly. Remember, language learning is a journey, not a destination. Enjoy every step. Bye for now.
Goodbye. See you next time.
Take care, everyone, and remember, the world is full of interesting people. Use your English to connect with them.
Perfect advice. Until next time.